Disclaimer. All information is directly pulled from the most current listings of United States codes at the time of uploading. No person should take the information or interpretations presented here as legal advice, or advice of any kind. All legal research or request for legal interpretations should be done individually, as all information presented can be changed at any moment. United States Constitution, signed 1776. Article 1, Construction, Powers, and Responsibility of the Congress. Preamble. The text reads: We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. This means, this Constitution is established by the people of the United States to form a better country, establish a justice system, keep the peace, provide for the well-being of the public, ensure we are blessed with liberty and prosperity. Section 1. The text reads: All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and House of Representatives. This means, the legislative branch will consist of a Senate and a House of Representatives. Section 2. Paragraph 1. The text reads: The House of Representatives shall be composed of members chosen every second year by the people of the several states, and the electors in each state shall have the qualifications requisite for electors of the most numerous branch of the state legislature. This means, the representatives will be chosen by the people in each state accordingly every 2 years, and they must meet the same qualifications as the state legislature to be elected. Section 2. Paragraph 2. The text reads: No person shall be a representative who shall not have attained to the age of 25 years, and been 7 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of that state in which he shall be chosen. This means, to be elected for representative, you must be 25 years or older, a U.S. citizen for 7 years or more, living in the state you are elected in. Section 2. Paragraph 3. The text reads: Representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states which may be included within this Union, according to their respective numbers, which shall be determined by adding to the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years, and excluding Indians not taxed, 3/5 of all other persons. The actual enumeration shall be made within 3 years after the first meeting of the Congress of the United States, and within every subsequent term of 10 years, in such manner as they shall by law direct. The number of representatives shall not exceed 1 for every 30,000, but each state shall have at least 1 representative, and until such enumeration shall be made, the state of New Hampshire shall be entitled to choose 3, Massachusetts 8, Rhode Island and Providence Plantations 1, Connecticut 5, New York 6, New Jersey 4, Pennsylvania 8, Delaware 1, Maryland 6, Virginia 10, North Carolina 5, South Carolina 5, and Georgia 3. This means, the number of representatives, and taxes, to be provided by each state is dependent on how many people there are in that state, found by adding the whole number of free people, not slaves or Native Americans, 3/5 ths of other people, slaves and indentured servants, and not to include Native Americans who are not taxed. The counting of this number will be done 3 years after the first official Congress meeting, then every 10 years after that. Each state will have at least 1 no matter what, but will earn a representative for every 30,000 people, until the first count is done. New Hampshire, 3. Massachusetts, 8. Rhode Island/Providence Plantations, 1. Connecticut, 5. New York, 6. New Jersey, 4. Pennsylvania, 8. Delaware, 1. Maryland, 6. Virginia, 10. North Carolina, 5. South Carolina, 5. Georgia, 3. Section 2. Paragraph 4. The text reads: When vacancies happen in the representation from any state, the executive authority thereof shall issue writs of election to fill such vacancies. This means states will be responsible and have authority over filling any vacancies outside of election times. Section 2. Paragraph 5. The text reads: The House of Representatives shall choose their Speaker and other officers, and shall have the sole power of impeachment. This means the House of Representatives will choose the Speaker of the House, and other officer positions. They are also the ones in charge of impeaching the President. Section 3. Paragraph 1. The text reads: The Senate of the United States shall be composed of 2 senators from each state, chosen by the legislature thereof, 3 for 6 years, and each senator shall have 1 vote. This means the Senate will be made of 2 senators from each state, voted on every 6 years. Each senator gets 1 vote on official matters. Section 3. Paragraph 2. The text reads: Immediately after they shall be assembled in consequence of the first election, they shall be divided as equally as may be into 3 classes. The seats of the senators of the first class shall be vacated at the expiration of the second year, of the second class at the expiration of the 4th year, and of the third class at the expiration of the 6th year, so that 1/3 may be chosen every second year, and if vacancies happen by resignation, or otherwise, during the recess of the legislature of any state, the executive thereof may make temporary appointments until the next meeting of the legislature, which shall then fill such vacancies. This means each representative will be placed in one of 3 categories, as equally as possible. Category 1 will re-elect after 2 years, Category 2 after 4 years, and Category 3 after 6 years. This is to rotate the Senate out every 2 years while giving each representative a 6-year term, and if there is a vacancy, the state legislature shall fill it in until the next legislature meeting. Section 3. Paragraph 3. The text reads: No person shall be a senator who shall not have attained to the age of 30 years, and been 9 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of that state for which he shall be chosen. This means to be elected for senator, you must be 30 years or older, a U.S. citizen for 9 years or more, living in the state you are elected in. Section 3. Paragraph 4. The text reads: The Vice President of the United States shall be President of the Senate, but shall have no vote, unless they be equally divided. This means the Vice President will be President of the Senate, and will only vote to break a tie. Section 3. Paragraph 5. The text reads: The Senate shall choose their other officers, and also a President pro tempore, in the absence of the Vice President, or when he shall exercise the office of President of the United States. This means the Senate will elect their own officers, and temporary President of the Senate if the Vice President is absent or filling in as President of the United States. Section 3. Paragraph 6. The text reads: The Senate shall have the sole power to try all impeachments. When sitting for that purpose, they shall be on oath or affirmation. When the President of the United States is tried, the Chief Justice shall preside, and no person shall be convicted without the concurrence of 2/3 of the members present. This means the Senate is in charge of the impeachment trials. When they are doing so, they will take an oath. If the President of the United States is on trial, the Chief Justice will be in charge of the trial, but no conviction can be made without 2/3 of a vote from all present members. Section 3. Paragraph 7. The text reads: Judgment in cases of impeachment shall not extend further than to removal from office, and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust or profit under the United States, but the party convicted shall nevertheless be liable and subject to indictment, trial, judgment and punishment, according to law. This means an impeachment is only to remove someone from office, restrict them from holding any other office, or enjoying any other benefit from the United States government. The party can still be tried and convicted for crimes in public court after the fact. Section 4. Paragraph 1. The text reads: The times, places, and manner of holding elections for senators and representatives shall be prescribed in each state by the legislature thereof, but the Congress may at any time by law make or alter such regulations, except as to the places of choosing senators. This means when, where, and how to elect a senator or representative is up to the state, but Congress can change any of that except where the elected is chosen from. Section 4. Paragraph 2. The text reads: The Congress shall assemble at least once in every year, and such meeting shall be on the first Monday in December 5 unless they shall by law appoint a different day. This means Congress will meet no less than one time a year on the first Monday of December. This day can only change if Congress changes it by law. Section 5. Paragraph 1. The text reads: Each house shall be the judge of the elections, returns and qualifications of its own members, and a majority of each shall constitute a quorum to do business, but a smaller number may adjourn from day to day, and may be authorized to compel the attendance of absent members, in such manner, and under such penalties as each house may provide. This means each house will be in charge of determining/judging elections, dismissals, and any qualifications for all members. A quorum is a collection of a certain number of members, usually more than half or a majority, in order to do business and make decisions. A smaller number than the quorum can demand the attendance of absent members under threat of punishments made by the houses. Section 5. Paragraph 2. The text reads: Each house may determine the rules of its proceedings, punish its members for disorderly behavior, and, with the concurrence of 2/3, expel a member. This means both houses determine their rules, punishments, and can vote out members with 2/3 RDS vote. Section 5. Paragraph 3. The text reads: Each house shall keep a journal of its proceedings, and from time to time publish the same, excepting such parts as may in their judgment require secrecy, and the yeas and nays of the members of either house on any question shall, at the desire of 1/5 of those present, be entered on the journal. This means both houses will keep a journal of proceedings and at some point in time publish these proceedings, except parts that must be secret. Yes and noes will be entered into the journal with 1/5 agreement of all present members. Section 5. Paragraph 4. The text reads: Neither house, during the session of Congress, shall, without the consent of the other, adjourn for more than 3 days, nor to any other place than that in which the two houses shall be sitting. This means during a congressional session, where both houses meet for official business, neither house can stop officiating for more than 3 days, or go somewhere else other than their own building, without the consent of the other house. Section 6. Paragraph 1. The text reads: The senators and representatives shall receive a compensation for their services, to be ascertained by law, and paid out of the Treasury of the United States. 6 They shall in all cases, except treason, felony, and breach of the peace, be privileged from arrest during their attendance at the session of their respective houses, and in going to and returning from the same, and for any speech or debate in either house. They shall not be questioned in any other place. This means senators and representatives will be paid and it will come from the Treasury of the United States. Besides treason, committing felonies, or causing such a public disturbance that national peace is broken, senators and representatives will not be arrested. For all speeches and debates, they will not be questioned outside of the meeting place. Section 6. Paragraph 2. The text reads: Senators and representatives will be paid and it will come from the Treasury of the United States. Besides treason, committing felonies, or causing such a public disturbance that national peace is broken, senators and representatives will not be arrested. For all speeches and debates, they will not be questioned outside of the meeting place. This means neither a senator nor representative will not hold an official office that has been created or experienced a raise during the time of their senator/representative time. No person shall hold an official office and also be a senator or representative. Section 7. Paragraph 1. The text reads: All bills for raising revenue shall originate in the House of Representatives, but the Senate may propose or concur with amendments as on other bills. This means any bills regarding raising revenue will start with the House of Representatives, but the Senate can propose and agree to changes. Section 7. Paragraph 2. The text reads: Every bill which shall have passed the House of Representatives and the Senate, shall, before it become a law, be presented to the President of the United States. If he approve he shall sign it, but if not he shall return it, with his objections to that House in which it shall have originated, who shall enter the objections at large on their journal, and proceed to reconsider it. If after such reconsideration 2/3 of that House shall agree to pass the bill, it shall be sent, together with the objections, to the other House, by which it shall likewise be reconsidered, and if approved by 2/3 of that House, it shall become a law. But in all such cases the votes of both Houses shall be determined by yeas and nays, and the names of the persons voting for and against the bill shall be entered on the journal of each House respectively. If any bill shall not be returned by the President within 10 days, Sundays excepted, after it shall have been presented to him, the same shall be a law, in like manner as if he had signed it, unless the Congress by their adjournment prevent its return, in which case it shall not be a law. This means, once a bill both Houses of Congress with approval, it is sent to the President. If he approves, it will become law. If he does not approve, he will list all of the problems he has and send it back to Congress. This is called a veto, starting with the House it came from originally. That House will enter in the President's list of problems into the journal and start to look at the bill again. If February 3rd RDS of the House vote yes on the bill again, it goes to the next House who re-looks at everything and also votes. If the second House also has 2/3 RDS vote of yes to the bill, it becomes a law. Both Houses will record who gave what vote, yes or no, to the bill and put that in the journal. The President has 10 days, not counting Sundays, to return the bill to Congress, or it automatically becomes law, unless Congress left early to prevent the President from being able to send it back at all, where it then is automatically not a law. Section 7. Paragraph 3. The text reads: Every order, resolution, or vote to which the concurrence of the Senate and House of Representatives may be necessary, except on a question of adjournment, shall be presented to then President of the United States, and before the same shall take effect, shall be approved by him, or being disapproved by him, shall be repassed by 2/3 of the Senate and House of Representatives, according to the rules and limitations prescribed in the case of a bill. This means, for any vote or order where both Houses are needed to vote, the results will be presented to the President. Before the action takes effect, the President will approve or disapprove the action. If they disapprove, the Houses, with 2/3 RDS vote, can overturn the President's decision. Section 8. Paragraph 1. The text reads: The Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts and excises, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States, but all duties, imposts and excises shall be uniform throughout the United States. This means, Congress has the power to create and collect taxes of many different kinds, used to pay for government debts or provide for the well-being/defense of the people of the U.S. as long as each tax is uniform throughout the United States. Section 8. Paragraph 2. The text reads: To borrow money on the credit of the United States. This means, Congress has the power to borrow money in the name of the United States, much like a credit loan. Section 8. Paragraph 3. The text reads: To regulate commerce with foreign nations, and among the several states, and with the Indian tribes. This means, Congress has the power to regulate commerce with other nations, within the United States, and with Native American tribes. Section 8. Paragraph 4. The text reads: To establish an uniform rule of naturalization, and uniform laws on the subject of bankruptcies throughout the United States. This means, Congress has the power to create universal laws on both becoming a U.S. citizen and laws on bankruptcy. Section 8. Paragraph 5. The text reads: To coin money, regulate the value thereof, and of foreign coin, and fix the standard of weights and measures. This means Congress has the power to make money and regulate its value, as well as the value of foreign currency. Congress in charge of setting the standards for weight and measures, how money is valued. Section 8. Paragraph 6. The text reads: to provide for the punishment of counterfeiting the securities and current coin of the United States. This means Congress has the power to determine the punishment for counterfeiting the United States currency. Section 8. Paragraph 7. The text reads: to establish post offices and post roads. This means Congress has the power to make post offices and roads for postal service. Section 8. Paragraph 8. The text reads: to promote the progress of science and useful arts, by securing for limited times to authors and inventors the exclusive right to their respective writings and discoveries. This means Congress has the power to grant patent, trademark, and copyright claims to science, art, and literature for limited times to help promote progress. Section 8. Paragraph 9. The text reads: to constitute tribunals inferior to the Supreme Court. This means Congress has the power to make courts smaller than the Supreme Court. Section 8. Paragraph 10. The text reads: to define and punish piracies and felonies committed on the high seas, and offenses against the law of nations. This means Congress has the power to make laws and punish criminals for piracy and felonies committed in the ocean against the law of all nations. Section 8. Paragraph 11. The text reads: to declare war, grant letters of marque and reprisal, and make rules concerning captures on land and water. This means Congress has the power to declare war, grant individuals the right to capture enemies of the U.S. during war, and establish rules for capture of land and property during war. Section 8. Paragraph 12. The text reads: to raise and support armies, but no appropriation of money to that use shall be for a longer term than 2 years. This means Congress has the power to raise an army outside of the armed forces, for which money will not be supplied to for more than 2 years. Section 8. Paragraph 13. The text reads: to provide and maintain a navy. This means Congress has the power to provide and maintain a navy. Section 8. Paragraph 14. The text reads: to make rules for the government and regulation of the land and naval forces. This means Congress has the power to make rules and regulations for the government to include its different departments and the armed forces. Section 8. Paragraph 15. The text reads: to provide for calling forth the militia to execute the laws of the Union, suppress insurrections and repel invasions. This means Congress has the power to call the militia made of U.S. citizens to act as police officers, peacekeepers, and a military force against invading nations. Section 8. Paragraph 16. The text reads: to provide for organizing, arming, and disciplining the militia, and for governing such part of them as may be employed in the service of the United States, reserving to the states respectively the appointment of the officers, and the authority of training the militia according to the discipline prescribed by Congress. This means Congress has the power to fund the organization, arming, and training of the civilian militia and being in control of the parts of that militia that will be in direct service to the government, but leaving the officers and training authority to the states. Section 8. Paragraph 17. The text reads: to exercise exclusive legislation in all cases whatsoever, over such district, not exceeding 10 miles square, as may, by cession of particular states, and the acceptance of Congress, become the seat of the government of the United States, and to exercise like authority over all places purchased by the consent of the legislature of the state in which the same shall be, for the erection of forts, magazines, arsenals, dockyards, and other needful buildings. This means Congress has the power to be Congress over all districts of the United States, except those that are trying to not be part of the United States anymore, and hold authority over all military and government buildings placed in a state after getting that state's consent from the local legislation. Section 8. Paragraph 18. The text reads, "To make all laws which shall be necessary and proper for carrying into execution the foregoing powers, and all other powers vested by this Constitution in the government of the United States, or in any department or officer thereof." This means, Congress has the power to make laws that will ensure their ability to perform their duties and those duties of the United States government. Section 9. Paragraph 1. The text reads, "The migration or importation of such persons as any of the states now existing shall think proper to admit, shall not be prohibited by the Congress prior to the year 1808, but a tax or duty may be imposed on such importation, not exceeding $10 for each person." This means, Congress cannot stop the states from allowing any persons they see fit to become citizens until after the year 1808, but a tax can be implemented on any of these migration events, not to exceed $10. Section 9. Paragraph 2. The text reads, "The privilege of the writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended, unless when in cases of rebellion or invasion the public safety may require it." This means, the right of a person to their own body from unwanted searching and examination will never be restricted unless the safety of the public is in danger from rebellion or invasion. Section 9. Paragraph 3. The text reads, "No bill of attainder or ex post facto law shall be passed." This means, Congress cannot pass a bill punishing a person or group of people for a crime without a proper trial, nor can they punish someone for a crime if it was not illegal at the time of committing the crime. Section 9. Paragraph 4. The text reads, "No capitation, or other direct, tax shall be laid, unless in proportion to the census or enumeration herein before directed to be taken." This means, no tax that is fixed by the number of people in a nation will be implemented unless in matched up with a census, needing it to be changed. Section 9. Paragraph 5. The text reads, "No tax or duty shall be laid on articles exported from any state." This means, no taxes will be placed on goods or services that are being purchased from outside the U.S. against the state. Section 9. Paragraph 6. The text reads, "No preference shall be given by any regulation of commerce or revenue to the ports of one state over those of another, nor shall vessels bound to, or from, one state, be obliged to enter, clear, or pay duties in another." This means, no state will be favored when taxing ports for shipment, and a shipment that originates from one state does not pay the taxes of the state it is going to. Section 9. Section 7. The text reads, "No money shall be drawn from the Treasury, but in consequence of appropriations made by law, and a regular statement and account of the receipts and expenditures of all public money shall be published from time to time." This means, no money will come out of the U.S. Treasury unless put into law, and statements of all money will be published every now and then. Section 9. Paragraph 8. The text reads, "No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States, and no person holding any office of profit or trust under them, shall, without the consent of the Congress, accept of any present, emolument, office, or title, of any kind whatever, from any king, prince, or foreign state." This means, no royal titles will be given by the United States government, period. No one in government office will accept any favors, gifts, money, titles, or jobs from any royalty or government official of another state. Section 10. Paragraph 1. The text reads, "No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque and reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility." This means, no state will enter into a treaty/alliance with a foreign nation, grant individuals the right to capture/fight enemies of the nation during war, make currency, give government bonds, use anything other than gold or silver to pay debts, make a law punishing someone without a trial, punish someone for a crime that is not yet illegal, make a law that prevents upholding the obligations of any contracts, or grant a title or any level of nobility to anyone. Section 10. Paragraph 2. The text reads: No state shall, without the consent of the Congress, lay any imposts or duties on imports or exports, except what may be absolutely necessary for executing its inspection laws, and the net produce of all duties and imposts, laid by any state on imports or exports, shall be for the use of the Treasury of the United States, and all such laws shall be subject to the revision and control of the Congress. This means: no state will set any taxes on imports and exports without the approval of Congress, except what amount the absolutely necessary process to inspect items costs. All profits made through import-export taxes belongs to the Treasury, and any laws surrounding it will be subject to the revision of Congress. Section 10. Paragraph 3. The text reads: No state shall, without the consent of Congress, lay any duty of tonnage, keep troops, or ships of war in time of peace, enter into any agreement or compact with another state, or with a foreign power, or engage in war, unless actually invaded, or in such imminent danger as will not admit of delay. This means: no state, unless they have approval from Congress, will implement a tax on shipping for commerce based on the size and amount being imported/exported, keep any military or military vessels during a time of peace, enter into any agreements or pacts with another state or foreign power, start or participate in any war except if they are being invaded or are in immediate danger. I am not a lawyer, a politician, a representative of the United States government, or an expert in any field related to any of the information being presented here. I am merely a concerned citizen hoping to bring the rules that dictate our country to light in an easier to understand fashion than is being presented to us currently. Thank you. Please go to the Office of the Law Revision Council for a complete list of up-to-date versions of United States codes. The link is in the description below. https://uscode.house.gov. Please like and subscribe for more releases and updates.